This video is meant as a baseline overview of Salesforce.com. So this is a good starting point if you're new to Salesforce, but just to note that there is a lot more in Salesforce than what is on this slide. This is not very interactive. I'm just going to be leading on through a discussion using this slide right here, but in future demos I'll be demonstrating the application and I'll be going into more depth and more granular areas. But for now, just want to focus on this slide and talk a little bit about what is in Salesforce.com. Now, Salesforce.com is broken down into Sales Cloud and Service Cloud, and they also have what's called Collaboration Cloud. But I just call these marketing terms because behind the scenes it's really just one thing. It's a very robust CRM system, which is a comprehensive system that has a lot of dials and moving parts. And a CRM system handles everything about the customer, including service. But what's really specific and interesting about Salesforce.com is it's also a platform. And what that means is you can develop applications on it. And as a place where you can go to get third-party vendors to extend its offering for more functionality just by plugging in these third-party vendors. So Sales Cloud contains all of the out-of-the-box functionality, but the dotted line over here on the right, if you look after quote right there, this is where Sales Cloud stops. And this is where these third parties offerings kick in, which I'll discuss in a little more detail below. So let's go to the blue lines above. These represent the basic functions of different departments at a company. You've got marketing, sales, and order processing overlaying the different processes of Salesforce.com. These are not necessarily all acquired. I've been with customers that go right from opportunity to sales, completely skipping leads. And a lot of this depends on your sales cycle. I mean, the questions can be, are you selling kayaks or aircraft carriers? And depending on your processes, it can be a very different cycle. Let's start a campaign here over on the right, which begins with emails, which sometimes have a third-party vendor like Marketo or Eloqua. We have search engine marketing, and this is with we can use Google AdWords, which is basically research on who's looking up your company products and how effective is your search engine optimization. There's a lot of science and focus on this. Social media is our next one here. These are just areas of campaigns. Social media can be things like Twitter and Facebook, but it's a great way of utilizing social media and bringing leads into your system. Perfect example is this new food truck craze. Food trucks exist solely on Twitter and Facebook and some accounting software. I'm just explaining that it's that powerful. You can run your business on it. They just Twitter out and let people know where they go, and these are very popular businesses. You'll see them throughout most of the cities, and they exist on just a few applications. So it's very powerful in the right hands and in the right situation. You've got webinars underneath there. That's just fairly common in the industry where you sign up to see a demo of something that you're interested in, and they use that and you become a lead in their system. And of course, there's something that's not in here. It's that campaigns can be existing customers as well. Many clients, from what I've seen, have very in-depth renewal processes designed around a comprehensive campaign strategy. So if there's one thing to keep in mind is that Salesforce is very flexible with much of the needed functionality built into the application. But one thing to keep in mind is that the system isn't magic. A perfect example is marketing and sales departments are often disconnected. A lot of times marketing will do this wonderful, very elaborate campaign, bring in a ton of leads, but the issue is getting them to the right sales divisions. By the time they get to sales, they have to go through a manual process of finding the territory and the pricing of the product, and they get to the salesperson and they've already been closed on, or that window's been lost or missed. So a campaign object is easy to create, but there need to be people behind it directing it. An example of how this works is, let's say you have people at a convention. These people will be attached to a campaign as a member, and these are campaign members. These are your leads. A simple way of thinking about it is a lead as a person. Some people refer to them as baby opportunities. But just think about it as people on a list, like a business card. So for campaigns and leads, the whole system is designed to get these leads from your convention or your webinar or whatever system you're using and direct them to the right people via some automated system or manual system. And usually it's a combination of the two. So these leads become opportunities which get into Salesforce. And they shouldn't have, once these get to your Salesforce, there shouldn't have to be any other processes. It should just show up in their queue via territory, product, or revenue, for example, and they work it and they close it. And this is these are the processes that can be developed in Salesforce. But capturing these leads is simple What you need is the people with the training and the expertise on how to move these leads through the system. So for the technology to work, there needs to be a cultural transformation within the company. If they are not doing anything with it today, chances are they will not do anything with it tomorrow. So the processes have to be put in place with the key people directing these processes, leveraging the right technology. It's leveraging these three things together that make the magic happen. You have people, processes, and technology, and they all have to be working together for this cultural transformation to happen. And this is something I'll go into more depth in future videos because I think it's very important. So next we have products under opportunities. Products is an important concept. Products are attached to opportunities. You can have multiple products for each opportunity, and these are associated to prices, and prices can be associated to different regions. So this is a complicated process, and all to get to a quote. And a quote is just a way to take a snapshot of an opportunity and try and sell it and track that so you have multiple quotes associated to the opportunity. Now, when the product or service gets sold, we go over the dotted line to order and shipping or order and billing. And somehow an invoice has to be made to go into the general ledger, but there is no bill generation in Salesforce out of the box, as it's so many distinct ways that different businesses do and companies go through this process, that this is where the integrations to existing systems or apps built on the App Exchange can come into value, like Accounting Seed or Financial Force, and there's a ton of other offerings on the App Exchange where these third-party applications can be acquired. So that's the end of my real quick run overview. I hope you enjoyed this brief video. I'll have more coming soon on lead management, accounts, and sales processes, and a whole lot of other things. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I'll see you for the next video. Thank you.